What's up, Taiwan? I'm Joyce with news from here in Taiwan and around the world. A car ramming in New Orleans that killed at least 15 people is being investigated as a terrorist attack. Police say the man who drove a pickup truck into crowds of people celebrating the New Year was hell-bent on creating carnage. Hameokan reports.
A night signifying a new beginning comes to a violent end. At least 15 people have been killed and more than 30 injured in a vehicle ramming attack against people celebrating the New Year on New Orleans' popular Bourbon Street in the U.S. state of Louisiana. The FBI identified 42-year-old U.S. citizen Shamsud Din Jabbar, an Army veteran from Texas, as the driver. Jabbar was killed in a gunfight with police, concluding what they say was a premeditated attack.
Last night, we had over 300 officers out here. And because of the intentional mindset of this perpetrator who went around our barricades in order to conduct this, he was hell-bent on creating the carnage and the damage that he did.
The FBI says the suspect claimed inspiration from the Islamic terrorist group ISIS on social media in the hours before the attack. The group's flag was also found attached to the rental truck used in the incident.
And the FBI is working to determine the subject's potential associations and affiliations with terrorist organizations. Weapons and potential improvised explosive devices, IEDs, were located in the subject's vehicle. Other potential IEDs were also located in the French Quarter.
Authorities say New Orleans was in the process of replacing barriers designed to protect pedestrians from vehicles ahead of the upcoming Super Bowl, one of the world's largest sporting events. The terror attack, the deadliest in the U.S. in over a year, left many residents and tourists shaken.
Like, you just heard this squeal and like the rev of an engine and then this huge loud impact and then the people screaming. And debris, just metal, the sound of crunching metal and bodies. It's just like shock and disbelief. You just don't,
U.S. President Joe Biden says he's standing with the people of the city.
To all the families of those who are killed, to all those who are injured, to all the people of New Orleans who are grieving today, I want you to know, I grieve with you. Our nation grieves with you. We're going to stand with you as you mourn and as you heal in the weeks to come.
A college football match scheduled for Thursday has been postponed as security is tightened across New Orleans. And as authorities continue to investigate the driver's motives, a city known for its resilience starts the year picking up the pieces. Howard Tseng and Hameokan for TaiwanPlus.
A Tesla Cybertruck has exploded outside the Trump International Hotel in Las Vegas, killing the person inside the vehicle and injuring 7 others. Authorities say that the truck was a rental and suspect that fireworks and camping fuel were used in the explosion. Tesla CEO and Trump advisor Elon Musk says the Cybertruck helped contain the blast, minimizing its impact. The explosion happened just hours after the truck attack in New Orleans. Authorities are investigating potential terrorism links, but say they believe it was an isolated incident. In Montenegro, at least 10 people, including 2 children, have been killed in a shooting. 4 other people were injured. The attack happened in and around a restaurant in the town of Cetinja. Authorities say the attacker, who attempted suicide near his home, later died from his injuries. Montenegro's prime minister has declared 3 days of mourning. We turn now to the latest on former Taipei Mayor Wen-je's corruption case. The Taipei District Court is set to discuss his bail again as prosecutors successfully appealed to the High Court to reconsider his potential as a flight risk a second time. The move comes a week after Ke's release from 4 months of being held incommunicado. Tiffany Wong is following the story from Taipei. Tiffany, does it look like we're going to see Ke in custody again?
Well, prosecutors certainly want to see former Taipei Mayor Wen-je back behind bars for the same reason that they held him incommunicado for 4 months starting in September. They say that he could try to collude with others involved in the case. Now, the High Court has accepted the prosecutor's appeal, and it's now up to the lower court, the district court, to prove that Ke, while he's on release, will not be able to communicate with others electronically. Now, since Ke's release last week on the original bail of almost $1 million, prosecutors immediately filed an appeal, and they did get that bail raised to $2 million. He was able to pay that off, but they said that he will have to wear an ankle monitor while he's out. But now, again, the district court is set to discuss whether or not he should be out and released. 3 other suspects out on bail also had their bail amounts raised earlier this week, and they also have their release at stake today. That includes real estate developer Shen Qingjing, Taipei City Councilor Ying Xiaowei, and Ke's election finance chief Li Wenzong, who are all facing a second appeal on the same grounds. Ke was charged with accepting bribes and misusing political funds. And if found guilty on all counts, he could receive over 28 years in jail. Prosecutors are investigating him and several others for their alleged involvement in a property deal while he was mayor, as well as alleged misuse of campaign funds during his presidential election run last year. And 5 of them, including Ke, were released on bail under the condition that they would not contact each other and would not leave the country. But it looks like we're going to see a lot of back and forth between prosecutors, the High Court, and the lower court as prosecutors try to make sure that these defendants stay out of the investigation.
Thanks for the update, Tiffany. That was Tiffany Wong reporting from Taipei. TaiwanPlus will be watching this case for the latest developments. China has announced the construction of the world's largest dam near its border with India. The massive project will be built in the lower reach of the Yarlung Tsanpo River in Tibet, which is known in India as the Brahmaputra River. The dam is expected to cost $137 billion. Once completed, it will generate over 3 times the energy of China's Three Gorges Dam, the largest in the world. The announcement has sparked concerns in India and Bangladesh, who depend on the water that flows downstream from the river. To learn more about the implications of China's new dam, Adil Brar spoke to Ruth Gamble, a lecturer at La Trobe University.
China has announced plans to build a new hydropower project on the Yarlung Tsanpo River. Could you explain the significance of this project?
This is going to be, as far as they've announced it, the biggest dam ever built in terms of the capacity that it will output. So at the moment we have the Three Gorges Dam, which is a massive dam, one single dam producing a lot of energy, and this will produce up to 3 times as much energy as the Three Gorges Dam. Mainly because not so much they don't have to build as big a dam, if that makes sense. Like the Three Gorges Dam is massive, and the thing that they're relying on building on the lower reaches of the Yarlung Tsanpo is that the geography there is so unique, so steep, that they don't need to build as big a dam to get as much energy out of that space.
Considering the dam's location near the border with India, how might this impact the dynamics between China and India?
I think that building this dam is seen within the Chinese public, or like the Chinese scientific community and engineering community, as like the same as going to the moon. It's an incredibly difficult engineering feat, and they've been developing their engineering capacity in dams way beyond what anyone else in the world is doing. So the whole idea that you can develop what some people, not me, some people in the Indian media have been saying is a water weapon. That wouldn't be one massive reservoir. But if you have small cascading dams, then that can alleviate some of India's fears, and possibly, like a big possibly, have less effect on the particular and unique environment of that region.
For downstream countries like India and Bangladesh, this project will have a major impact. Will China address their concerns?
So even if they alleviate their concerns at the outset of building this dam, by saying they're going to do tunnels and smaller dams and so on, and giving India access to more information about the dams being built, the real issues between China and India about this dam are going to happen in 20, 30 years when you have like a glaciers melting and a glacial lake outburst flood in the region, and how those kind of, or a massive earthquake. One of the largest earthquakes in the whole region was right near this dam in 1950, the Assam earthquake, or the Assam-Tibet earthquake.
That was Ruth Gamble of La Trobe University discussing China's new megadam. Chinese President Xi Jinping has reportedly sent North Korean leader Kim Jong-un a New Year's card. North Korean state media says it was one of several such cards sent from heads of state. Kim attended New Year celebrations with his daughter on Wednesday, but did not make a speech. Kim had sent a letter to Russian leader Vladimir Putin on New Year's Eve, pledging stronger ties between the two countries. Major Taiwanese media group TVBS has apologized for unintentionally playing Chinese state media content on a Jumbotron at a New Year's event in Taipei. The broadcast triggered an uproar online and comes amid simmering tensions between Taiwan and China. A sensitive mistake to ring in the new year. One of Taiwan's biggest private media groups, TVBS, has apologized for accidentally airing Chinese state media at a New Year's event in Taipei, including images of Chinese fighter jets. The mistake by the outlet, which has close ties with the China-friendly opposition party Kuomintang, sparked anger from people on site and online, some speculating whether it was a hack by Beijing. Taipei's city government has called it a serious mistake. In a statement, TVBS, who was operating the screens near the iconic Taipei 101 skyscraper, apologized and explained that while equipment was being packed away, a subcontractor's backup laptop was still plugged in and showed content queued up by YouTube autoplay, leading to the accidental broadcast of unrelated content. Given Beijing's constant threat to take self-ruled Taiwan by force, the apology and official explanation for the gaffe of playing China Central Television or CCTV to a public crowd in Taipei has left many here unsatisfied.
好像不太妥啦，我们台湾应该也会有节目可以播放，为什么一定要播央视？
很多人都有拍限动说怎么都怪怪的。
In recent weeks, officials and citizens in Taiwan have been extra vigilant over Chinese United Front tactics, a tool used by Beijing to get pro-unification messages across. In early December, Taiwanese students protested a group of visiting Chinese students, saying they avoided interacting with their Taiwanese hosts. Chinese officials were also denied entry into Taiwan for an annual forum. And Taiwan's main office that handles cross-strait affairs vowed to investigate claims made by YouTubers about alleged Beijing strategies to recruit Taiwanese influencers. Though the New Year's mishap has been explained as a mistake, lawmakers urge extra attention when planning and executing city-backed public events.
以后台北市政府在办大型活动的时候，应该要特别要求厂商啊，一定要特别的小心注意啊，才不会有这个非预期的画面跑出来。
Officials have stressed the need for people in Taiwan to stay alert and be even more cautious so that any preventable mistakes do not add to already existing pressure and coercion coming from the outside. Kamashu and Joyce for TaiwanPlus. Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. Don't forget to visit the TaiwanPlus website or follow our social media for more of our stories. Before we go, we take you to the Masters and Contemporary Art Museum in Copenhagen for an exhibition featuring the early works of renowned artist Banksy. I'm Joyce. Take care and see you next time.